This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Guinea-Bissau. Don't forget to subscribe. Alpha. It's okay. This is a strong Man U fan. Versus Zurich. A win for both, automatic qualify. A draw, also qualify. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Guinea-Bissau. Please don't forget to subscribe. The teams with the biggest fan zone in the world, Chelsea versus Manchester United. They're about to start their match. And it has been a lot of talking between the fans, Manchester fans and Chelsea fans. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
There are two chances, just as you said. Aubameyang was clear to give him the ball that he could have scored. At least he could have given, even if he didn't score, at least give him the ball and have a chance to score. And you will always so selfish, you play the ball out, understand?
Being a Chelsea fan, I was just kind of optimistic that we'll win because we've had a very bad form this season.
Clash of the Titans between the two London rivals, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Already Man City has overtaken Arsenal on the lead of the table with 13 matches played. A win for Arsenal today, Arsenal will automatically overtake Manchester City. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
Good evening, sports fans. It's been a while. It's a weekend of international football, so that's to tell you that we are not just here to dish out the football, club football alone to you, to entertain you with it. We also spice it up with international football, because after all these celebrities that we celebrate, these footballers, they came from a particular country. They didn't just jump down from heaven. So it's a weekend of qualifier here and there, both Europe, Africa, CONCACAF, and even South America, and even Australia. So we are still here. It's still the round leather game, the beautiful game. We are going to be dissecting the match that is going on between Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau. You know, both teams are first and second on the table, and you don't want to go anywhere, because I have a guest in the studio with me to dissect this game. You know, we'll talk about it, we'll help you make sense of the critical moments of the game. But before that, we'll go for a very short break, and in a moment we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Come back, and for the first time viewers, my name is Adeyemi. I'll be your host today, and we are going to take you on this journey together. Together here with me is Mr. Jimmy. Mr. Jimmy, good evening. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You know, Mr. Jimmy is with me here in the studio. We are going to be talking about the game. Not just only this game between Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau, but we are going to be dissecting the games that have happened, the one that is happening, and maybe give you a little bit of heads up on the ones that will still happen. So, Mr. Jimmy, so far so good. 24th minute of the game. New, Nigeria, Guinea-Bissau. What are your expectations for this game?
Going into this game, I was confident as a Nigerian fan. I thought Nigeria would dominate absolutely the first half and the second half, but that has not been the case in this first 24 minutes. The Guinea-Bissau have also had opportunities there. They could have easily gone 1-0 up. Nigeria has also had opportunities, but Guinea-Bissau was surprising.
You know, when you look at it, Guinea-Bissau is second on the table. They have 4 points. And you know, Nigeria is topping the group. Now, when you want to go from that route, you know, Nigeria will want to underestimate somebody that is behind. Because if Guinea-Bissau can win here, they will be topping the table. So, do you think Nigeria is just giving them respect? You know, when you respect your opponent. Is that what you think is playing out here, or what do you think is the reason why Nigeria is even allowing them to play?
I don't think Nigeria should allow them to play. I don't think Nigeria should give them respect, because they are the visitors.
Of course.
We are the hosts. They came here in Nigeria to play the game, and we should absolutely show that we are dominant in our house. And even from the attack, I've not been seen good enough. The only player that stood out obviously is Victor Osimhen.
You know, looking at the game critically, you will see that Nigeria is not playing like a team that has a pattern of play. We don't know if it is gang pressing. We don't know if it is taka-tiki or tiki-taka. We don't know if it is counter-attacking football. We don't know if it is wing play. But I don't know if I'm the only one. Maybe you can actually dissect the kind of pattern we are playing. To you, what kind of pattern do you think Nigeria is playing right now?
Going into this game, I expected us to dominate and hold possession and play that kind of dominant football, especially in our house. But right now, we are playing in the 4-4-2, which is not commonly known as a possession-based formation. But I just feel like we're trying to utilize the attack very well. We're trying to pack overloads in the Guinea-Bissau defense. I think we're trying to use our attackers very well. I'm not seeing enough of the midfield. I don't think we're controlling the ball enough in the midfield. As you can see now, Guinea-Bissau are in possession, controlling the midfield even more than the Nigerians.
But right now, they are the 28 minutes of the game. Still no goal. On a normal day, because I'm not a fan of saying there are no minnows in football. As far as I'm concerned, Guinea-Bissau is a minnow to Nigeria. Because when you talk about the pedigree, the history, and even the quality of players and the names alone. Now, if you come from that angle, do you think Nigeria is gradually going down talent-wise? Or is there something we are not doing right?
I don't think we're going down talent-wise. I think if you look at the past 3, 4, 5 years, we've always, even from the beginning of the history of the sports, when it came to Nigeria, we've always had standout players. I mean, you look at the Guinea-Bissau lineup, you don't see the caliber of players that you're seeing in the Nigerian team. You see the likes of Victor Osimhen, who's doing well in the Serie A, Ademola Lookman. You see Iwobi, who's playing for Everton. You see players like that, Wilfred Ndidi again in the Premier League. But if you look at the Guinea-Bissau, I don't think you will see, even though you will see maybe not 3 world-class players or top-class players in their squad. So I feel like there's something we're not getting right. Not that we're not like we have the talent obviously, but I feel like there's something we're not getting right.
Wow, a quick update to our viewers. Guinea-Bissau just took the lead 1-0 at the 38th minute of the game. You know, we were just talking about them respecting Guinea-Bissau, giving them the opportunity to take possession. Now, where we are now, I obviously think that is not where we want to be. Guinea-Bissau is leading 1-0. If you are Nigeria's coach, what would you do at this moment?
Well, I feel like I will do what I should have done in the first place. I should have been comfortable in, as you can see the goal again, very, very, very sloppy from the defense. No pressure on the striker whatsoever. But if I'm the Nigerian coach, I would probably go to a 4-2-3-1 formation, probably, just to pack more men in the midfield to dominate with Ndidi and Iwobi.
You know, looking at that goal, that's just a little, I won't say a little bit, but a bit of a slip from the Nigerian defense. How could they allow that guy running on them? You know, I was talking about, look at it, look at that one. Look at even the goalkeeper, look at it. You see, he ran in between 2 defenders. How come their space was so porous? Look at look at what Ozil did, trying to rush out for the ball. I still think he could have done better. But when we now look at this, it has happened. Guinea-Bissau is now leading a goal to nil. If it ends like this, they top the table. They will have 7 points. But to you, do you still see Nigeria winning this game?
Yeah, but that depends on the coach. I feel like there's just a matter of what the players can do on their own.
A limit to what
they can do on their own. Obviously, they are playing to the coach's instructions.
Of course.
Yes. So I feel like the coach has to change. Because if you look at the lineup, Guinea-Bissau are playing with three midfielders, two holding midfielders and a 10 in the front. Nigeria are playing with only two midfielders, playing with only Iwobi and Wilfred Ndidi, which is a defensive. It's not balanced at all. I feel like he needs to somehow rearrange it, maybe in the second half. I don't know.
Okay, now that takes us to, let's talk about the formation the two coaches adopt. Nigeria is playing a 4-4-2 formation with Francis Ozil in goal, Osai right back, Akpoguma and Zaidu center back, then Calvin Bassi left back. Then we have Chukwueze on the right, Iwobi and Ndidi central, Ademola Lookman on the left, then Iheanacho and Osimhen, the two forward. While Guinea-Bissau started with a 4-3-3 formation. Now, looking at this formation, do you think the Nigerian coach got the formation wrong? You know, Nigeria is a traditional 4-4-2 team.
Yeah.
Coming from history, even from the 94 days to our early 2000, most times Nigeria is a 4-4-2 team. Now, if you look at it from there, do you think the coach did a little bit of history check and maybe wants to go back to the history books?
I feel like that would be a bad idea, because even if you have the quality of players to play 4-4-2, then I have no problem with that. But the game has evolved also. Maybe you will play a 4-4-2. I mean, you look at big teams in the European stage. How many of them play 4-4-2? And not only that, sometimes the formation doesn't matter, but the game has evolved. You can't be playing 4-4-2 because that's what his predecessor played. But I feel like he got the formation wrong even from the start. The midfield is not balanced enough.
Of course, the midfield is not balanced enough. You know, you can see Nigeria just passing the ball and not creating clear-cut chances. And if they continue like this, maybe they can kiss the 3 point goodbye.
Yes.
But what do you think? Okay, let's check the reserve bench and see, maybe there's someone that can actually come in. We have Ajayi at the substitution bench. We have Joel Aribo, we have Bameyi, we have Murphy, we have Musa, Omero, Onuachu, Onyeka, Onyemechi, Moses Simon, and Sochima, which is a goalkeeper. Who among all these guys do you think can come on and make a massive difference?
The only player I see on that bench that I feel like can come on and make a massive difference is Moses Simons. Like, we know what he did. He was one of our standout players in the Afcon also.
Yes,
he was
of course.
brilliant for Nigeria. But I still feel like there's just a limit to what he can also do if changes aren't made in the second half or changes aren't made when he comes on. I still feel like we need to do something in the middle and at the back. The defense looks sleeping when we consider that first goal.
Yes.
So there's only a limit to what he can do, but he will be the standout person on that bench.
Okay, for you, you think you should introduce Moses Simon to the game. And look at it, from Guinea-Bissau, he spent, I think, 5 or 6 years. If you will score Guinea-Bissau, what would you say his job? Well, the number of years with the percentage of wins and losses and not winning even a spoon for the national team. What would you think his scorecard will be?
I feel like I will just give him a 5 because over 10.
Okay.
I'll just give him a 5 because was he the best? No. Could he have done better? Yes. But you have to look at the other people that also won. The people that won, for example, Senegal that won the
last Afcon.
The last Afcon.
The last Afcon, he was not the one in charge.
Yeah.
He was already sacked by then.
But I just feel like he didn't do too bad. Like he wasn't he didn't overachieve or underachieve. He was just average,
There.
which is why, yes, he was just there, which is why I give him a 5.
You give him a 5, but do you think he should have done some necessary thing like create a playing pattern? Do you know that under General, when you look at him, you can't specifically say this is how Nigeria play. Today we are launching long balls. Tomorrow kick and follow. Next tomorrow we just play pragmatic way. Like there's no consistency in the way Nigeria play. And that brings me to the fact that what are the criteria you think should be looked into before bringing a coach for our national team? Because looking at guys they are bringing, they are not really encouraging. I don't know if you share the same sentiment. They are not really encouraging. From General, we had to bring somebody to mediate, which was a Guavon. We will still get there. And now Pesero. Some people say a certified failure in Venezuela that failed successfully. And you just bring them in to come and undo a team as huge as Nigeria in African football, one of the most successful teams on the continent. So, do you think more should be done?
Yes, I think, especially what you said, bringing in managers. You don't just bring in a manager like that. He has to have a plan. You have to be sure that this manager is going to come in and do what he knows how to do. Like you said, the scouting of managers, should I say, has been very, very weird. This new manager they brought in, I mean, I don't even know from Venezuela or wherever he came from. So I feel like if we're not going to sack a manager, we should give him time. If we are going to sack him, we have to have a good enough replacement for him.
Now, when you say good enough replacement, let us streamline it. Like, we just left an era whereby he left our football directionless. We can't really say this is where Nigerian football is heading to. But any team that wants to succeed, you need to have direction. You know, the Spanish football, they know what they want. They know the kind of players that suit their kind of play. They are one of the serious inventors of tiki-taka. Yeah. They play around with the ball, knock your opponent, find spaces, use your spaces, play 2-3 man, play as a unit. One man is on the ball, like 2-3 options to get the ball from him. All those things, it has to be part of the Football Federation. So, for how many years now, if we score NFA, because some call them NFF, but according to the Nigerian constitution, they are still recognized as NFA. If you will score them so far on Nigerian football, what will their scoreboard be for you?
If I could give them a -2, I would give them a -2 because they've not been good enough, especially in the recruiting of
No, when you want to give them minus, you said they have not been good enough.
Yes.
If you say somebody is not been good enough, that means they have been good at some point.
Okay, they've not been good at all.
But, if you say they've not been good at all, we need to break it down so that our viewers can understand. Now, good at all in what aspect and what aspect?
In the recruitment of managers. And also some players, I feel like some players have to do well in their clubs before they end the call-up. And I feel like sometimes it's not always like that. Sometimes we should look into our domestic leagues also. We might have special talents there. And other countries do this, other countries don't. I think a lot of European countries just do theirs based on how well they are doing at club level. But we might be different. I just feel like if we give because our club level is not good enough. We judge our clubs based on how our players are doing in Europe. So I feel like if we can also look into the local leagues to help us.
You know, this is a country whereby I see somebody not playing for his club for months and he will still earn a call-up. That to me is an error. Because football is about playing form. Because it's not as if you guys have a whole month to camp or do anything before playing a qualifier. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Because when you now look at it, a player that doesn't play for months, sometimes weeks, sometimes, you know, even the ones he plays maybe 5 minutes, come and just while away the time. And you just bring such players to come and play 90 minutes. Do you think there's more to this thing than just the call-up? Maybe there are corruption underground. Or what is your opinion on this?
Well, I don't know much about that, but if you think there's corruption, I can't disagree because we know how African football is.
Yeah.
I was listening to what Mbappe's father has to say. Mbappe would have played for Cameroon if only
They didn't ask for money.
Yes, even they didn't ask for money, and that has been a very huge negative impact on African football also. That's why a lot of African players who would have played for their country go ahead and play for other countries which they are not from.
No, now if you look at it realistically, can we really say the so-called failure of government in Africa is telling on African football?
Well, you can make a case for that also, because I feel like they don't, should I say, invest in sport and take football especially as the way other countries in Europe and maybe South America take football. I mean, football is part of their culture, their heritage. But here in Africa, I mean, we don't care about that, and that's just to show how bad the government is.
You know, apart from the investment, you know, most time we understand that some countries in Africa, the government are mostly corrupt. Now, where I'm trying to drive at is, do you think the corruption is also spreading to the football world too in Africa?
I can say that also because most of the leaders are corrupt, whether you are in the government, whether you are in the NFA, whether you are in the NFA, whether you are, most of the leaders are corrupt. So obviously, if it's going wrong from the top, which is from the leaders, it will always affect. Yes, it will always affect the sport. So yeah.
So now, if I'll make you a fixer, what do you think should be done that Nigerian football should move forward?
Well, I feel like we should have a lot of, if the government can invest more in the sport, build more academies, build more facilities for the players. I feel like also we should look more into our local leagues. We should not underestimate until the player, because not many players have the opportunity to go abroad and play football. We should also look within the country also.
Look inwards.
Yeah, we should look inwards, and we should be ready to sponsor some of the players that obviously because of the bad economy in Africa, they don't have enough. Yes, so we should look into that.
And a quick rundown of the statistics so far at the 46th minute, 40 plus 1 minute of the game, and we are going to have out of the 2 minutes additional time to the normal 45. Nigeria has a 68% ball possession. Guinea-Bissau has 32. Nigeria has 5 goal attempts. Guinea-Bissau has 5. Guinea-Bissau is leading a goal to nil. And not really much on other stats. Let's just keep it to that for now. And let's just do a quick rundown of the other games that are going on in Africa Nations Cup qualifier. We have Cape Verde 45 minutes versus Eswatini, which is 0-0. We have Ivory Coast leading a goal to nil. They are beating Comoros. Nigeria a goal down to Guinea-Bissau, and South Africa 2-0 up against Liberia. You know, when you call this current scoreline of Nigeria, what you just do is you shake your head in so much despair, because we used to know a team 1994, 96, that when you watch them, they're a joy to watch. And for me, I don't think Nigeria doesn't have talent. It's just the corruption that is eating it up. So, we are in a country whereby if you don't know somebody, you might not be allowed to represent your country, or maybe you don't have the big bucks to spend. Only a few people has broken that barrier, whereby people in the NFF house, they influence who the coach call up. So when you now look at all these things, let's tell the truth. Let's tell ourselves the truth. If we continue like this, I mostly think Nigeria might not go anywhere. But realistically, when we look at it, there is still light at the end of the tunnel, so far we can do the right thing. Now, a new president of the NFF just emerged. That was, I think, towards the end of last year. I'm trying to remember his name now. That he took the office from Amaju Pinnick. Now, he has made some streamline, because when you look at it holistically, one of the problems of Nigeria is Nigerian league is not functioning the right way, whereby it's so difficult for you to go and win away from home. You understand what I'm saying? So, with the steps you have seen so far that the new president has taken, do you think Nigerian football is in for a new regime, or a new time for us to be happy again?
Well, I feel like we will have to see for ourselves, because it obviously depends on the new president. If the new is not different from the old, then there can be an improvement. So we just have to hope this time around that this new president is coming with a vision and a mission.
And it's halftime already in the game between Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau leading a goal to nil. Ivory Coast also leading 1-0 at halftime. We don't want you to miss how rich the conversation of the second half will be. We are going to really dig deeper. When you started with us, you thought we'd just talk about what's happening on the field. If you have been listening to us for some minutes now, you will have discovered that we are touching key areas that can actually change the face of Nigerian football and African football as a whole. So we are just going for a short breather. And in a few minutes from now, when the second half kicks off, we are going to come back and we are going to still dissect this game, pieces it down for you, cook this food, let it be satisfying for your hearing and your viewing pleasure. So I'm still Adeyemi, or still here with Mr. Jimmy. We'll be right back in a moment.
It's coming back, whether they like it or not. I just go to my this account. Chelsea has so many substitutes. Bench win matches. We're not talking about your starting 11. Now we have 2 starting 11. Anybody can play now. It's not about 2. Let my 2 and 3 come back. Anybody can collect from Chelsea. Anybody will collect. This season may be awful, but I'm telling you. Next season.
This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name remains Guinea-Bissau. Don't forget to subscribe. Alpha. It's okay. This is a strong Man U fan. Versus Zurich. A win for both, automatic qualify. A draw, also qualify. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name remains Guinea-Bissau. Please don't forget to subscribe. The teams with the biggest fan zone in the world, Chelsea versus Manchester United. They're about to start their match. And it has been a lot of talking between the fans, Manchester fans and Chelsea fans. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
There are two chances, just as you said. Aubameyang was clear to give him the ball, and you could have scored. At least you could have given, even if you didn't score, at least give him the ball and have a chance to score. And you will always so selfish, you play the ball out, understand?
Being a Chelsea fan, I was just kind of optimistic that we'll win because we've had a very bad form this season.
Clash of the Titans between the two London rivals, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Already Man City has overtaken Arsenal on the lead of the table with 13 matches played. A win for Arsenal today, Arsenal will automatically overtake Manchester City. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
Yeah. Okay. Chelsea is coming back, whether they like it or not. Once I just go to my this account. Chelsea has so many substitutes. Bench win matches. We're not talking about your starting 11. Now we have two starting 11. Anybody can play now. It's not about two. Let my two and three come back. Anybody can. Anybody will collect from Chelsea. Anybody will collect. This season may be awful, but I'm telling you.
Next is This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Guinea-Bissau. Don't forget to subscribe. Alpha. It's okay. This is a strong Man U fan. Versus Zurich. A win for both, automatic qualify. A draw, also qualify. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Guinea-Bissau. Please don't forget to subscribe. The teams with the biggest fan zone in the world, Chelsea versus Manchester United. They're about to start their match. And it has been a lot of talking between the fans, Manchester fans and Chelsea fans. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
There are two chances, just like you said. Aubameyang was clear to give him the ball and he could have scored. At least he could have given, even if he didn't score, at least give him the ball and have a chance to score. And you will always so selfish, you play the ball out, understand?
Being a Chelsea fan, I was just kind of optimistic that we'll win because we've had a very bad form this season.
Clash of the Titans between the two London rivals, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Already Man City has overtaken Arsenal on the lead of the table with 13 matches played. A win for Arsenal today, Arsenal will automatically overtake Manchester City. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
Yeah. Okay. Chelsea is coming back, whether they like it or not. Once I mentioned, I just go to my this account. Chelsea has so many substitutes. Bench win matches. We're not talking about your starting 11. Now we have two starting 11. Anybody can play now. It's all about two. Let my two and three come back. Anybody can. Anybody will collect from Chelsea. Anybody will collect. This season may be awful, but I'm telling you.
Next is This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Menek Benue. Don't forget to subscribe. Alpha. It's okay. This is a strong Man U fan.
You're welcome back, viewers. First half break sometimes can take a little bit long, but we are still here with you. We are still trying to journey with you and help you make sense of the game that's going on. The ones that was, the one that is, and some games that are still to come. We at Premier Sports Fan Center, our job here is simple. We help you make sense of the game of football. We help you enjoy it. We break it down for you. We make you want to hunger and crave for more. Oh, it's a beautiful game. A game whereby you can hardly predict what will happen. Sometimes prediction goes sour. My bookmakers people, they understand. The punters, they understand. So you're welcome back to the second half of the game between Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau. It's the 52nd minute of the game, and Guinea-Bissau is still leading a goal to nil. Mr. Jimmy, 52nd minute, Guinea-Bissau still leading a goal to nil. What are your expectations for the second half?
Expectations, like I said before, we can only expect if the coach has changed a bit of things. I think in this second half, Iwobi has come back to support Ndidi in the double pivot, and we've looked better. We've attacked more. Osimhen has had, I won't say clear chances, but it's an improvement from the first half. Anytime from now, I should be expecting a goal.
So, if you were the coach, what would have been your halftime pep talk for the Super Eagles?
Don't stop. Keep on applying pressure. Surely the goal will come. I feel like this Guinea-Bissau, they are not, obviously their defense has been good in the first half, but they are not impossible to pass. We have the quality, we have the talent enough to be able to pass their defense. So I feel like you will have just told the team during the halftime team talk to continue to just keep on applying pressure, and they will eventually find the goal. Okay.
What about if you were the coach of Guinea-Bissau? What would be your halftime pep talk?
I feel like the Guinea-Bissau coach will just tell his team well done, and to also continue their way of playing. I think you can see from them that they allow Nigeria to play somehow, and when they get in possession, immediately they try to launch the counter-attack. And I feel like that's the same thing he will do in the second half.
Now, looking at the game, we spoke about the formation in the first half. Now, if you think you could dissect if you think we could dissect the game, looking at the first half to use it for the second half, what would be your take? Like your changes in this game that can change the result of the game in the favor of the Super Eagles?
I think there has been one substitution made already. I'm not really sure, but to keep on applying pressure, to attack, to not be shy, to hold possession, especially in the midfield, because I feel like we're just playing long ball. We should not be shy to hold possession. I think Guinea-Bissau know that they will allow us to hold possession. I think they are just waiting for us to make that mistake so they can counter. And if you keep on applying pressure with the possession and try not to lose the ball, we can hurt them.
It seems Nigeria has not made any substitution, but we spoke about the formation. Do you think him sticking with this formation can work out?
No, I don't think he can work out with this formation. I still think he needs to change it. With this 4-4-2 formation, I feel like our attackers somehow are being restricted. I'm not seeing it's not fluid enough with this 4-4-2 formation.
Wow, that's Agboguna. He has become all of a sudden an allergy. Sorry, he has been bounded. And this is a very good news for our viewers actually, that you can predict the correct score line of this game going on, that it will be at full time, and you can win airtime to go along with it. Like, just look down on your screen and you will see the phone number will be read out that you can send out or comment under our page, that you can predict. Just drop your prediction, and once you get it right, you can win a whooping airtime. It's going to be fun. It's going to be more fun, and it's just the beginning of exciting freebies that will come along with our show, just to, entertain you, give you something to win, not because no, but just for the fun of the game, and it brings more excitement. So we are here to excite you, to make you happy, to enjoy football, and to crave it more and more. I don't know if you are going down this match with maybe your favorite Asun, or maybe your beer or your soft drink, or anyone it is. But as a Nigerian, some people, when drinking the whatever it is before them, it might not really go down well, because Guinea-Bissau is already doing some intellectual beating to the national team of Nigeria as at the 57th minute. It's been an exciting game so far. Even if the result is not going your way, that doesn't mean the game has not been exciting. Ball possession in this game has been won by Nigeria so far, the 58th minute of this game, with 69% to Nigeria and 31% to Guinea-Bissau. 7 goal attempts to Nigeria, 5 to Guinea-Bissau, 1 shot on goal, 2 shot on goal for Guinea-Bissau. 2 shot off target, 3 shot off target for Guinea-Bissau. Free kicks, Guinea-Bissau has more free kicks, 11-4. While Nigeria has more corner kicks, 2 corner kicks to 1. Wow, Nigeria just missed a golden opportunity there. Wow, how could they have missed that kind of opportunity? I think Moses Simon is now on the field of play. I think he has brought in Moses Simon. He removed Akpoguna for Shemi Ajayi. He brought out Lukman for Simon, and Iye Nacho for Paul Onuachu. Looking at the substitution, do you think it will influence the game? How could you miss from this range? What kind of misplaced footing is that? That is a very poor finish.
He can make an excuse because it was his weak foot, but it was still a poor finish.
It's either weak foot or not. That is a very poor finish. So, we are here to dissect the game. So what do you think? So far so good. First almost 15 minutes of the second half. What do you think so far?
Well, with the substitutions, it was expected soon enough it will come. I think the manager has done well with the substitutions. I said in the first half that I would like to see Moses Simon come in and a couple of adjustments in the attack, because I feel like it was not fluid enough. If you look at us now, we're attacking through the wing, because I don't think we're playing a formation that suits us to attack from the middle. So But attacking from the wing very more direct and fluid than the first half. So that's an improvement.
And it is the 64th minute in the game between South Africa and Liberia. South Africa still leading 2-0. Cape Verde and Eswatini still 0-0 at the 63rd minute of the game. Ivory Coast and Comoros, Ivory Coast still leading 1-0 at the 58th minute of the game. And the game we are talking about here right now is Nigeria Guinea-Bissau, and is in the 62nd minute with Guinea-Bissau still leading 1-0. So far, can we say so far so good for the Super Eagles?
So far so good for
Or so far so worse?
Even in this second half, Guinea-Bissau, they've not looked shy at all. They've looked good. I'm seeing some good combination on the left-hand side for them, on their left-hand side.
Yeah.
Seeing good passes, good combinations of play. It has not been that fluid from the Super Eagles, but I feel like we just have to hope this second half will be better.
And you know, Guinea-Bissau is playing a 4-3-3. Yeah. They are playing a 4-3-3, you know, attacking-minded formation with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. That means they are not even respecting Super Eagles. Because why? Because I don't think there's anything that the Super Eagles have shown to command some respect.
At all. Even from the beginning. I can't believe in our house we are playing like this against Guinea-Bissau. Who would have predicted? I think the odds will be ridiculous for Guinea-Bissau to win. And we have Chukwueze who has gone through and
he missed the opportunity again. Look at, and another problem that I see in these Super Eagles is they are extremely wasteful. Down generation from generation. You remember the famous miss by Yakubu Ayegbeni at the World Cup? I don't know if you watched that World Cup where almost empty net. I missed it. Look at, fast forward, Nations Cup. Now let's talk about Nations Cup that Senegal won last year. If you rate Nigeria's performance, what will it be?
I think when we got to the quarter-final, we were seen as one of the favorites to win the competition at a particular stage. I've forgotten the.
It was we topped the group.
Okay, yes.
So it was second, and Nigeria was eliminated.
Yeah, we're seen as one of the favorites to win the Afcon, but I would say that just failed. I think it was Tunisia that.
Yeah, Tunisia. They go to New.
Who would have expected that? For the quality of players we had, and I will just give us a 4/10. We could have done better.
We could have done better. But looking at it, if you will blame our woes at the Nations Cup on somebody, who would it be?
Probably the manager.
Why?
Manager. Because I feel like going into that competition, was it when we sacked the former? Yes, going into that
competition was January, they sacked General November or December.
Yeah, so appointing a new manager in that space of time who hasn't worked with the players for a good amount of time was not reasonable for me. So you can't really blame the managers. For me, I'll blame the board. It was
the NFF board, yes, of Amaju Pinnick.
Yes, it was wrong. It was the wrong decision.
And looking at this new NFF president, Ibrahim Gusso, the guy is really making some changes in Nigerian league. Now they've divided the league into two. No more traveling from south to the top of the north, all in the name of you want to play a league. You just divide. There's a specific number of kilometers or is it miles that a club should go now. You know, just not to spend too much, not to waste too much time, the stress, the risk and all. Now they've divided it into two, as it is now. And even apart from that, the league now, they are not like, you beat referees in your home, they deduct 3 points. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, you know, these rules are available before, but they are not being utilized. They are not being enforced. Now, one of the issues in Nigerian football is there are rules, but who is enforcing them? The people that are meant to enforce them, some of them has been compromised. So with this new NFF president and with this step is taken, don't you think if it continues like this, we will begin to get it right in our football?
I think it's a start. It's a very, very good start from him. Even though he's new, he's a new president, he has made that kind of rule already. And it's also a statement that more to come from him, hopefully.
And look at this game. Nigeria is a goal down. And there's no sense of urgency. Look at it. There's no sense of urgency. It's just like, oh, let me pass this. Oh, that's a, oh, look at the, you know, I told you about their finishing. What is it? Is he praying in what? Abi, is he talking to? I don't understand.
This is not the first time I'm seeing him do that. He has a good touch, Chukwueze. When he's
his finishing is
yeah,
poor.
it's just his finishing.
It's just like the Mo Salah of the Chelsea days, whereby you run, and you're finishing. Look at, how come you balloon that ball? You're now raising your hand on top of your head.
He missed a lot of chances.
Too many. Look at this. How can you balloon that kind of a ball? Look at, you dribble one, dribble two, then instead of you to use your instep to curve the ball, you now balloon it and you are now raising your hand on your head. It's not the best.
Again.
Why does he have to just cut back from there? You know what Iwobi did there is just more or less like a back pass. No, that's more or less like a back pass. Now, see, Jimmy, let's talk about this. It is a menace. Like, it is now something that we need to work on. The rate at which Nigeria national team lose chances. What do you think can be done?
I think it will take some time for that.
How?
I mean, for a change to come like that, I don't think it will come so fast like that. I feel like there are players that can influence other players. I feel like, for example, look at Victor Osimhen, who is going to should be nominated for the Ballon d'Or this season, should win the Serie A and maybe the Champions League. You look at someone like that, when he's a winner, he can also influence the players around him, the players in the dressing room to have that winning mentality also. It's not all about just what you see or play on the pitch. You also have to have that mentality and that urgency, like you said, we have not seen from anybody. Like I said, the only person that has stood out is Victor Osimhen. I'm seeing the passion from him. I'm seeing the way he has been playing. The rest I've seen a bit from Chukwueze too, but I've not seen it from the rest, like Iwobi again, that I expect to be a senior player.
Look at this. Look at it. This brings me back to the game between Nigeria and Ghana at this same stadium in Abuja. You know, some people have begun to say that this stadium is not really good luck for Super Eagles. There are many key matches that we've played in this stadium we've lost. And if you look at that, many of it we've really lost, of a truth. So, I think this is Onyeka that just came on for Nigeria. Onyeka, no? For Ndidi, yes. So, what do you think can be done to stop this lackadaisical attitude of the players? Because, like, you know, when you are playing for Brazil, you can see Neymar. Yeah. When they got out, as big as he is, look how he was crying. Like, these guys, they are not ready to die for the jersey. They are not ready to die for their fatherland. What do you think should be done to stop this lackadaisical attitude towards the national team? I
feel like personally, I feel like when when players are called up for countries like you mentioned, like Brazil, they know what it means. They celebrate. You look at Anthony when he was called up. You look at players, even Neymar celebrated. Richarlison, they always celebrate, but you don't really see that from the Nigerian player. Maybe they feel like they're relaxed. They know they will be called up. Maybe if they know their position might be at stake, maybe that's when they'll start fighting for the badge.
And secondly, I think Nigerian league players needs to start getting some shouts in the national team, because at least those ones will be ready to die for the jersey. Because this one they are playing like they have arrived. Look at that opportunity again. Nigeria just missed another opportunity to score that was defended well by the Guinea-Bissau defenders. This game is going into the dying minute now. And it's the 72nd minute of the game between Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau. Wow, Guinea-Bissau is still leading a goal to nil. Wow. I can't really feel the urge, the desire to score from these guys. They're just playing around in circles. So far, what do you think? The second half so far. What do you think?
I expected the second half to be way better than this, but like the first half, it's still a case of I'm not seeing good football. Like you said, I'm not seeing any pattern of play whatsoever. I'm just seeing us take the ball to the right-hand side, and when we're at the right-hand side, we'll just cross the ball and hope for the best. And it's not good enough, really. Even if you have to look beyond these qualifications, you have to look in when you go into Afcon. Are we going as potential people that are going to fight for the title, or are just going to get eliminated in the round of 16 again? It's not looking good for Nigeria at all.
For me, I still think, I can be corrected, I might be wrong, but I still am entitled to my opinion. I still think that Pesero is not the right man for this job. Because he has played how many games now? When you start a project and you see direction, this is how they want to play, but they are not getting it right. For instance, when they want to play in 2-3s as a unit of play, on the field of play, and they start passing the ball around, they are opening, but they are not getting the right passes. You can see that this is a step in the right direction. But so far, if you look at this game now, what would you say Pesero is trying to, the pattern is trying to adopt? Can you say this is the pattern is trying to adopt for the Super Eagles of Nigeria?
From what I've watched, I don't understand anything. Whatsoever. I don't understand from his style of play or what he's trying to do. I've just seen us take the ball to the right, cross and hope for the best. I'm not seeing a pattern of play. I'm not seeing good combinations between the players. The players are playing like they are clueless, like they've not gelled, like they don't have that chemistry with each other. And look at some of these players, they've been playing together for years.
I can feel the disappointment in your voice, that you're actually disappointed at the way Super Eagles is playing. Because many of these guys have been playing for years, like you just said. At least the cohesion, the understanding should have improved far more than this. You can look at Guinea-Bissau is actually giving us a tough time to beat. We are struggling to beat Guinea-Bissau. This is a shame on Nigerian football. I still think the NFF guys, they are playing with our emotions. Because how can you just be appointing, that was a good attempt from Chukwueze, though he ballooned it over the bar.
The right back should have crossed to Osimhen. Osimhen was free.
It was free. Look at his reaction now.
Should have crossed here.
See, just cross, a low cross will do. Look at the runs. He didn't pick the runs. He sent the ball back. And even Chukwueze should be doing better from this position. See now.
He needs to work on his finishing, especially as a right winger. Should be scoring that.
Look at this. This is he's inside the box. Look at what they did with that chance. He just keep wasting the chances and walking as if it's one Amuneke on the field of play. You know, their lackadaisical attitude. One of the things that gets me angry when I watch Super Eagles. Because I've seen some Super Eagles. When you talk about the Super Eagles of 2000, you know they didn't win. They lost at the final. But Nigerians were crying. Why? Because they almost died on the field. They were playing with passion, desire. You can feel it. Look at what I'm seeing here. Those guys that are on the field just enjoying themselves. If we win, yes. If we don't win. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
You see, 96, 94. Go and check those guys. Go and see their tape. They are ready to die on the field. But look at what are these guys doing. They are just dancing around with the ball. You know, feeling, you know, they've arrived, they play for one European club. So annoying. Honestly, so annoying. I'm not trying to be biased here, but realistically, when we look at it, Nigeria should be beating Guinea-Bissau. Because as far as I'm concerned, there's still minnows in football. And Guinea-Bissau is a minnow compared to Nigeria. Yeah. Even when you check for quality. So Nigeria should be doing better. So where exactly do you think the fault is from? Because before, for instance, if your car is faulty, before it start working, you have to locate where the fault is on the engine. Or maybe it is a rewire job or any part of the car. You have to locate where the fault is to fix it first before it now come back to start working. So where do you think the fault is?
You can look to the players and say it's from the players. You can look to the manager and say it's from the manager. But I feel like it's way deeper and higher than that. Like I said before, bringing in the manager was not something smart. I don't think it was a smart idea at all. Especially the previous manager didn't even have enough time to do anything. Bringing in this manager that looks clueless again. So I feel like the fault is from the board, to be honest. I can't really look at it. Do I think the manager is good in any way? I don't think so. Because I've not seen anything. Like you said, I've not seen direction, I've not seen pattern of play, or I've not seen what he's trying to do.
Look at, there's no positioning. Look at the center back now. There's no positioning. Like, your players should understand positioning on the field of play. You know, they are just, see, if, you know, honestly, I don't want to sound biased now, but Osimhen playing in this team is a big risk for Napoli. Why? Because it will be overworked. Because when you don't give a striker a pass, look at where it's coming back to come and take a touch of the ball. And he's an outright number 9. In fact, sometimes it comes back in Napoli. But not like this, is to build up play. So now look at Osimhen drawing back close to the midfield just to get a pass. We don't even have a creative midfielder. Will you tell me a Nigeria of over 200 million people doesn't have a creative midfielder to invite to come and play? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because when we talk about a good team, you need a playmaker. Nigeria national team, we don't have a playmaker. It won't be just second guessing. As far as I'm concerned, okay, can you say it won't be an Modric?
Come on.
That is a traditional Ozil just retired, I think, the day before yesterday or 2 days ago. That's a playmaker. they dictate what goes on in the field. Why? Because they can play. Because they can play. Now, when we now talk about this, where should we start the correction from? For instance, let's just say you have the power to correct a lot of things in Nigerian football. Where would you start from?
I'll start from the position of the manager. Get a manager I know knows what he can do, in a manager that can take this squad and transform them to their Look at Ozil, for example, who is having his best season. In fact, one of the best season of anybody in Napoli. He's having his best season in Napoli. Coming to his country now, he'll be so disappointed not to have the same form for country, because most of the players, look at the top players in the world like Mesut, he scored yesterday also. Look at other players, probably Mbappe is going to score today, but Ozil now, his country has let him down really. So if I had the power, I'll start from the manager, get a manager that can do something, that can instill discipline also in these players to make them show that they care, and also careful with his call-ups, not just calling players by name. I feel like you need to call players that can do their best.
On that call-up, there have been people that come online, even sometimes my role model, we used to say that they even influence the people that they call up. The NFF board will influence the coach, will dictate some players that he has to call up. You know, why are they held bent on punishing Nigeria? Truthfully, let me be honest with you, if not that I'm presenting this show right now, I might not be watching this game live. You know why? Because it is the book of lamentation you will open. You will lament. Okay, what have we been doing since the first half? You're not answering me. What have we been doing? We have been...
No answer for it, because we've not done anything.
In the studio, what have we been doing?
Lamenting.
We've been lamenting. Why? Because these things, we all know the problem, but they are not attending to it. It's just like, let them talk, we have it our way. And it's so painful. How can Guinea-Bissau come to my country? For instance, when you play football, you see times where some players should be banned from the national team, should be expelled because of the way they play. What is the essence of calling people up just to waste our time as Nigerians? You know, it's so annoying. We need to vent our anger on these guys. You know, we need to really speak our mind. This is so annoying, so irritating.
Disgusting.
God bless you. Disgusting. Because when we talk about Nigeria, we play free-flowing football. You see, JJ, we keep turning you. We dribble the hell out of you. Send it to Amunike again. Or Amunike is too far off. Bring it back, give another wing that will run you loaded. Tijani Babangida, there are guys that are willing to die for the shirt. What is happening? These are guys that are just playing as if they are playing five-a-side. If we win, if we lose. You understand what I'm saying? No, it is so frustrating. And at this point, we need to do something about this. And if I'm to ask you, what do you think we can do about the Nigerian football system as a whole? Because this is really becoming unbearable.
I think change is needed. We're already seeing changes, but it has to be step by step before we can be recovered back to our, let me say, glorious days. Because it's not looking good at all for Nigeria.
There's nothing glow about glorious. Look at, is that a cross?
Imagine we go into Afcon like this. We get knocked out in the group stage.
Imagine. What is this? What is this? For our viewers that are listening to us, it's been a very shambolic performance from the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Don't be deceived by the percentage of ball possession. You know, sometimes when you play back pass, they will also add it to your ball possession. So, but it's been a shambolic performance. They've been below par. And we really need to criticize them because they need those criticism right now. Because we want to see a better national team. A national team that can take from the French national team, the Argentine national team. Those guys that are ready to die for their country, ready to give anything, as rich as Mbappe was. He almost bled all the sweat in his body out at the World Cup final. He scored an hat-trick, he still lost. And with the loss, people were still celebrating him because they saw that they gave it their all. So far, can you say Nigeria has given it their all?
At all. We've not even given 50%, I think. Because Guinea-Bissau, if you are looking at the rank in the world rank,
they are nowhere to be found.
They are nowhere to be found. I was looking at, I think, the top 30 or top 40 world ranked teams. Even Nigeria, I think at 35. The time, 35. At the time, we're 20.
2018. There was a time in the 90s that we were 5th.
Yes, top 10. That's where it should be. Honestly, we should be the best country in Africa.
Nigeria play entertaining football. When you want to be entertained, you go and watch Nigeria play. Now, Nigeria is playing frustrating football. When you are watching Nigeria, you also open the book of lamentation. And you keep lamenting. You know, we want our viewers to understand something, that we are not those sports shows that we will pretend when things are not going well. We will tell you as it is. We are objective. We are objective in our football analysis. We say it as it is. And as it is right now, Nigeria is abysmal, disgraceful, disgusting. God bless you. See, how on earth can Guinea-Bissau be leading us 0-1? There's no sense of urgency. We are not really dominating. We are just dominating, maybe more back pass. No critical passing. No defense splitting pass. No playmaker. And it's the 88th minute of the game. Is that not shameful?
Shameful. Shocking. Nigeria should be nowhere. Even if you look at our players that play abroad, for England, for example, we have the best, one of the best. If we have originally our players that are from Nigeria, we should be top 5 best countries in the world.
Yes, now when you talk about Karim, Adeyemi, Saka, but realistically, if I were them, I would have chosen those countries they chose. Those countries gave them the infrastructure to become what they become. Turn their back on those countries. Those countries gave them the academy, gave them the facility, enabling environment. What has Nigeria given to the players? You know, when we are talking about these things, we need to be realistic. I understand the fact that I'm presenting the show, but we have to say it as it is. We have to say it as it is. So, going forward, because if we keep lamenting, we can lament for 2 years. And we are in a society whereby when you talk to many of them that are in power, what they will say most times is, you can have your say, they will have their way. And they keep playing with the emotions of Nigeria. Do you know how many people will be angry with this call line? You know, many people now are not tilting towards foreign nations. You hear people saying, I'm waiting for Argentina, I'm waiting for France. We lost the World Cup ticket to a dying Ghanaian team. A dying Ghanaian team. Oh, what a shame. It is a shame. It is an error. It should not repeat itself again. Now, going forward, let's give our viewers a quick update. It is the... Wow. 90 plus 3 plus 4 minutes of the game between South Africa and Liberia. Can you believe it? It is 2-2. Wow. Football, like my role model will say it's like biscuit. You don't know where it will crack. Nigeria is still a goal down, 90 plus 1 minute of the game. Ivory Coast is 2-0 up against Comoros. Cape Verde and Eswatini 0-0. You know, lately we've seen Nigeria done some wonders from the negative side, like leading 4-0 and playing 4-4. You know, how many years back? Is it 2 years or 3 years ago? Against, I think, Sierra Leone, where we were leading 4-0 and they later play 4-4. This, you see, how shocking it has been for the country so far. It is, you know, it's not a game. I know that you will feel like, oh, we should enjoy Nigeria's football match. But have you enjoyed this game?
At all. At all.
Coming from a neutral fan point of view, Adibin, you are neutral, and you are watching a game of football like this. What would you have done since the first half?
I have to give it to Guinea-Bissau, because as a neutral, if you watch this match, you look at the name Nigeria, you look at the name Guinea-Bissau, every football fan in his right senses will be like, there is no way Guinea-Bissau is beating Nigeria. But you have to give it to Guinea-Bissau. They've been brilliant from minute 1 to minute 90. They've outplayed us. They've had better combinations, better passes. I feel like the formation also that they played, they were not shy at all. They didn't give us respect. They didn't give us. They choked our attackers also in the box. I saw a lot of times where 10 players were in and around the box. So I have to give it to Guinea-Bissau. They worked hard for their country.
One thing I've noticed about this Guinea-Bissau is they are organized.
Very organized.
And if football is not an individual sport, it's a team sport. So you need to be organized. They know when to attack. They know when to defend. They know when to make runs. They know when not to make runs. Now, so far so good. Can we say that they deserve all 3 points in this game against Nigeria?
Absolutely. They deserve all 3 points. If there was even more points, I'll give it to them.
They'll had it.
Because no one expected them. I'm sure their fans will be buzzing right now. Guinea-Bissau fans, they'll be so proud of their team, proud of the players, what they did. I mean, fantastic job from the coach. Not giving, even in our house again, this is not an easy result for especially Guinea-Bissau.
Away from home.
Away from home. They've done brilliantly, I mean.
So it has been a brilliant performance so far, according to Jimmy, Mr. Jimmy. From the Guinea-Bissau, they've really surprised many football fans and football faithful across the world. The game between South Africa and Liberia just came to an end, and it is a 2-2 draw. Wow. 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 Ivory Coast has scored one more goal, making it 3 goals to 0. Cape Verde, Eswatini 0-0. And is the 95th minute of the game between Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau, and Guinea-Bissau is still leading a goal to 0. Anytime from now, they will blow the final whistle. And a quick rundown of the start for the latter part of the match is ball possession 68% for Nigeria, 32% for Guinea-Bissau, 16 goal attempt for Nigeria, 7 for Guinea-Bissau, shot on goal 3-3, shot off target 7-4, block shot 6-0, free kick 12-14, corner 5-1, offside 4-5, throwing 21-15, and save 2-3. Wow. Yellow card, Guinea-Bissau got 2 yellow cards. Now, let's talk about the second leg of this game. What are you expecting from the second leg of this game?
If we continue like this, I expect easy to win to Guinea-Bissau. In their house, they'll have their own fan. our fans as advantage. So if we don't change immediately, I mean, it has to be as soon as possible. This second leg is going to be for Guinea-Bissau, and they are going to stand strong on the table. I mean, I think they'll qualify like that.
Yes, if they can win home and away, they will have. You see, they almost double the lead. And the game has come to an end between Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau. And Guinea-Bissau won the game 1-0, coming to take all the spoils from the soil of Nigeria. Taking all the 3 points away with them back home. They will be dancing, they will be dancing. They will be dancing. They will be happy. Who can blame them? They really came a long way, and they showed that football is not by name. It's not by stature. It's not by what you have done. It's about what you are doing. Wow, it is a shame. It is barbaric that at this stage in Nigerian football we will still have to go back to their drawing board that they talk about. Though I think by now that board should have lost its first color, or maybe be destroyed by now because of continuous writings saying going back to the drawing board, going back to the drawing board. They've been drawing on that board and they've not gotten any good, solid result from it. It has been a shambolic performance today from the Super Eagles. I would like to remove the super from their Eagles because there's nothing super about what they did today. They have failed successfully today. We hope, sincerely hope that they will come to their senses and know that the green-white jersey of Nigeria is not for babes, it's not for infants, it's for people, grown men that are ready to die for this country on the field of play. To make the over 200 million people of Nigeria be happy again. To be joyful, I can see on my screens Ozil complaining to the referee. That is campaign after election. That is, they lost successfully, they played woefully. They could not even create a clear-cut chance throughout the game. It is abysmal. They won for me, because I'm entitled to my opinion. I will still ask of Jimmy too. For me, it has been a ball possession that has been more of like back passes than defense splitting passes, than attacking passes. Jimmy, so far, what do you think about the whole match for you?
I have to agree with you on the possession. It's more of back passes. Back passes possession, and as a Chelsea fan, you can relate.
Yes, yeah, of course.
because we played a lot of games like that.
Of course, we can relate.
Playing depressing football like some Chelsea fans will say. So, I mean, Nigeria was woeful in this game. So bad. In fact, I didn't expect us to play this bad with the kind of players we have. I mean, every Nigerian fan, I think, was going into this game feeling a little bit confident because we have players in form. Yeah, you look at Lukman, you look at Osimhen, you look at players like that. Nigerian players actually have good form.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Samuel Chukwueze is in form. Osimhen is in form. Apart from that, just create a support cast for these guys and let them finish. What do we see? We saw an Iwobi that could not even, we can't really say this is the final pass that they gave. You know, the English female national team, the way they play, they are even better.
Yeah, yes,
a lot better than the male national team of Nigeria. Now, it is just an error. To me, it now seems like they are just playing with our emotions. They just do anything anyhow. Bring a coach from Venezuela that failed successfully to come and coach a whole Super Eagles. They had to die on the field to get that name, Super Eagles. They were not just called Super. They did a whole lot. But what do we see today? We see guys, 11 men on the field that just come to the field and If it happens, it does. If it doesn't happen, hey, who cares? We are still going back to our club and we are going to enjoy. We have lamented from the beginning of this game to the end. But we don't want our viewers to just go away in this mood. Let's talk about something sweet that happened yesterday. Close to the age of 40, Cristiano Ronaldo scored an hat-trick, scored a free kick. Lionel Messi scored a wonderful free kick too. Lionel Messi just crossed the 800 goal mark. You know, those guys have given us football joy over the years. What do you think? Living legends.
I think we are very, very lucky and even privileged to be watching them even till now. I mean, how many players have the longevity that they have? Look at Cristiano Ronaldo. He has been scoring before I was born. He has been scoring for 19 years consecutively for Portugal. He has been scoring for his club consecutively. I mean, when you think about it, it doesn't sound real. Scoring a free kick again. He has scored every free kick since 2004 also. Till 2023, he has scored at least a free kick every year. So consistent like that. Yeah. And I mean, before the new generation of players like Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland beat their record, they set a good standard. Yeah, they set a good standard for them to beat. I'm just lucky to watch them.
And you know, we cannot but talk about their support cast. The girlfriend of Cristiano Ronaldo and the wife of Lionel Messi. You know, when you are successful, you know, you need somebody to support you, to push you higher than you are. And do you think their partners has done a good job so far, so good?
Yeah, there's this saying that behind every successful man there is a woman. And you look at the wife of Lionel Messi, for example, very, very supportive. Her and her kids are always coming for the games. I mean, so emotional they were even in the World Cup.
Number one fan.
Yeah, number one fan. Same also goes to Cristiano Ronaldo. His girlfriend always wearing his shirts.
Even when he's doing bad.
Even when he's doing bad, she's always there to support and to show him. That's the most important thing, family. And yeah.
And in life, actually, family is everything. Because those people you think, oh, they got your back most times, at the head, at the red line, at the toughest time, it is your family you will see. Sometimes we have bad eggs in families, but you will still have at least one in your family because blood actually is thicker than water. And on that note, we just have to give it to those guys because 800 goals, 800 goals. Some players score 100 goals and they want to call all the best musicians in the world. But 800 goals. Wow, isn't that amazing?
Unbelievable goal records. I mean, 800. Some players end their career without even 80 goals. No. Some great players even end their career with just 50, with 40, and they are great players.
Yes, they are depending on the position they play on the field.
Ronaldo has scored more than double of what the other Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo, has scored. So hearing that, and that's one of the greatest players of all time. Not to now talk of Ronaldo. I mean, there are some people that don't give him the respect he deserves.
Enough credit, the credit he deserves.
Enough credit. Sometimes you just have to put rivalry aside and appreciate them both for what they've done for football. I mean, they've made so many people fall in love with the game, giving us joyful moments, and I mean, they've just been some people support clubs because of Messi and Ronaldo.
Some people support clubs because of Messi and Ronaldo. That's not a lie. Do you know that even on Instagram, Ronaldo is the most followed person on Instagram? The power of followership. You know, a lot of people are now going to see Al Nassr's game. We know Al Nassr before. but because a king is there. Wow, the power of followership. You know, there are some countries of the world that they see football as a religion. Yeah. They follow. Where you see a lineage, father, children, children's children, children's children, children's children's children, following a particular club. That's why you see them go physical, go hungry when things are not going well with their club. Wow. Is this game not truly special? A special gift from God to mankind. To, you know, sometimes you just need to watch a game and just smile. Sometimes you need to watch a game and just get angry. Like we just got angry. But when you switch the conversation to the better ones, the mood cooled in the studio. So, you know, we are still here for you, our fans. We promise to keep you company, you know, to help you make sense of this beautiful game. And tomorrow, we are going to be dissecting two wonderful matches. One is Spain versus Norway, and the second is an international friendly between Germany and Peru. It's going to be two interesting games, and it's going to be 8:45 p.m. Nigerian time. We don't know what time it will be. You can check by GMT, because we know we have viewers all across the globe. We are here to still dish out this beautiful game, break it down for you and help you make sense of it. Oh, we are here to journey with you, to sit with you, to be that friend you need, to give you some points that you need to understand in the game of football. It is such a wide and beautiful game, a game we love. And I think 2-3 days ago, a legend retired from football, Ozil. Yeah. Some called him the assist master. You know, for me, it would have just said, how may I assist you? You know, what can you say about Ozil?
Ozil, I mean, he's my favorite midfielder of all time. As a midfielder myself, I watched Ozil a lot when he was at Arsenal, especially. He was just different from the other. He was not the strongest, he was not the fastest. He didn't have this physical shape of a normal Premier League player, but was certainly one of the best. I mean, he was the best number 10 I ever watched as a football fan. The way he just carried the ball, Ronaldo even said it himself that I became the world best striker because of Mesut Ozil. I mean, it was so good.
The guy can assist a one-legged player to score.
He sees what we don't see.
The vision, he sees things that we don't see. You know, I schooled in Unilag. I finished from Unilag. I've been playing midfield for the years in my department. I hold the midfield. So there's this thing, naturally, I have eyes for assist. You know, it is easier for you to see and assist watching the game than on the field. Yeah. But Ozil has two eyes in front and two at the back. You know, you need to be a midfielder that understands playing the midfield. Yeah. A playmaker to know what Ozil does on the field of play. So we want to say a very big thank you to Mesut Ozil for entertaining us for years and giving us some beautiful goals, like the one he gave us in the Champions League, Arsenal against that Russian team, where he completely destroyed these defenders and scored to an empty head. And on that smiling note, we'll come to an end of the show today. We hope we have kept you company, and you can still go back and still have a review and see how much of a friend we have been to you on the football world. And from me, Adeyemi, and my guest Jimmy in the studio, it's a good night and And have a wonderful weekend, and please don't let this weekend to weaken you. Bye-bye.
Versus Zurich. A win for both, automatically qualify. A draw, also qualify. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name remains Guinea-Bissau. Please don't forget to subscribe.